again, think about this. Think about this.
I think creativity is about you think about things, but in order to do it.
Yes. Good. Good. Creativity is quite related to you think. You think. Right? But innovation is what you do. Yeah, the key difference between when we come about between you know when we talk about creativity and innovation, you may think okay, it's quite they are similar, right? They are quite similar. Yes, of course they are quite similar because it's all they are all related to something new, something unique, something novelty, right? Something novel. But the key difference between creativity and innovation, creativity is quite related to think. It's related to idea. Yeah? It's not necessarily lead to new products. Not necessary. It's not necessary, right? It may lead to something new in reality, but may not. But innovation is related to you create something. You do something. And creativity comes before innovations. Before you have innovation, you need creativity. Creativity is the first step to identify something maybe possible. Creativity is not necessarily innovation because even you have dozens of new ideas, but there will be no innovation until something is done. If you just stop at idea, okay, we call it creativity, created idea. And it will not become innovations until something is done, remember that. So if you want to apply the concept innovations, it must be something new, has to be done. Has to be done. Like it? And innovation is applied creativity. Again, if you want to have innovation or innovative thing, okay, of course, you need creativity to create it. So, innovation is the actions. Remember again, innovation is the actions of putting things into practical reality. Okay, so the first point you have, the first important thing you need to differentiate between creativity and innovation. So again, creativity or creative thinking is just about idea. But you want to demonstrate that, okay, I have something innovative. So it should be a real product or service, something that's created. Creativity doesn't lead to company growth, but innovation does. Okay. Again, remember that although you have thousands of new ideas, but it cannot be applied in reality. So it does not bring economic value to your company. You need to try make creative idea and apply it and make it come true. When you make your creative idea come true, it's become innovations. So, Bill answered correctly. Okay, creativity in general, think in the new thing. But innovation, do in the new thing. And of course, if you want to do, you must think. So creativity is the first stage, and it's really important. Right? We talk about creative thinking. So we can classify creative thinking into two types: divergent thinking and convergent thinking. divergent thinking and convergent thinking. So let's see what are the difference between convergent and convergent divergent. Convergent thinking. Okay, again, when we talk about creative thinking, we have two types, convergence and divergent thinking. Convergent thinking is about focus on single best answer. You try to find the best solution or best answer for a problem. We call it convergent thinking. So you have a problem, and you try to find out the best answer, the best solution. We call it convergent thinking. And the main purpose is to select or pick up the best answers. But for divergent thinking, making connection, and exploring different aspects of a problem. It's not necessary lead to a unique best answer. Maybe you have two or more good solutions at the same time. So divergent thinking requires you to explore different aspects. And connect them together. So we need convergent thinking to refine and improve the most useful solution for a problem. When you have problem, okay, and you want to find the best solution or the most useful solution, we need convergent thinking. Again, convergent thinking is about finding the best solutions or the best answers. So convergent thinking, we need convergent thinking to refine or improve the most useful solutions. But we need divergent thinking to open the problem and explore dimension and create the link. So we have problem, but we don't know what's the reason behind it. We don't know what are the factors. So we need divergent thinking to open up the problem and try to think it different way, different perspective. Okay, and try to create a new connections associated with connection relationships. Oh. Honestly. Oh. Again. Today, right? Our class many students come to that place is problem. So if I think about from the convergent thinking, I will try one best solution. Try to find one solution, only one solution. But it should be the best solution to prevent it. Okay? If I think from divergent thinking, okay, we open up problem. I try to identify the reason behind this. Okay, many reasons. Okay? Explore the dimensions, okay? Some factor, some reason, that's makes good how to translate and connect together. Maybe you do it intentionally, or maybe not intentionally. Maybe you complain due to the bus late. Maybe you wake up late, something like that. So I open up the problem. And after that, I try to connect the dimensions together before I decide what I need to do. It's called divergent. Both are good for company, it depends on the purpose. So if I think from conversion thinking, okay, you come late and I want to prevent it. So, okay, I will try to have one solution. And for example, the best solution to prevent it is that, okay, I encourage you to drop the cost. When you drop the cost, it means you will not be late anymore. Right? One solution to prevent it. Just example. Yeah, what we do. But if I try from the divergent thinking, I may be empathetic, okay, you may have many reasons. And I try to support or I try to give you some suggestion to avoid it in the future, something like that. So we have divergent thinking and convergent thinking. Got it? No worry, I will not do it. Yeah. So I will have a short text for you to do. I'm using my phone to make the report. Okay, so I will give you the text later. The second part is process. And as shared before, creativity can be learned, can be developed, can be nurtured, right? So it's a process. It's the process. Creativity is a process. So we have the traditional process, they have 4 stages, but in the modern or the current perspective, they have 5 steps or 5 stages. The first one, preparations. Gathering information. If you want to engage in something creative, or you want to create a creative idea, the first thing you need to identify the problem. It's in this stage, it requires you collect information as much as possible. Collect information as much as possible. Again, before you engage in creativity, or you want to create something creative, the first thing you need to collect information and try to collect information as much as possible. And you have to realize a need or necessity of finding solutions. If you don't see, okay, it's not necessary to find solutions, you cannot start the creative process. And you need to, so in generation, preparation is prepare. So it's a planning stage, you prepare for the new idea or project. Okay, again, in this stage, you need to collect more information, much information. Identify that you have a need, or it's necessary to create or to find solutions. If you don't see that, okay, not necessary to do it. So in this stage, two key things you have to do: identify problem and collect related information. Yeah, just remember the first thing. After that, after you identify the problem, after you think that it's a problem, please take a rest. Incubation. Let's go off the problem and relax your mind. It's quite strange, right? Yeah, but go forward or relax in the shower or put things aside your business and relax your mind. First one. The first reason, do you know why we have this kind of state? No, not really. No? Okay. I will give you an example. For example, I write a paper, right? I submit to a journal. And this will be sent to the reviewer. It's been 2 or 3. Another researcher will review my paper. And if I lucky, I receive a revision. It means I have the opportunity to revise my paper. After I receive the comments from reviewer, I will not do it immediately. Because when I see the comments, I will feel negative because they require me to revise many things. And usually, oh my God, I cannot do that. Why do you treat me like that? Something like that. So negative feelings. I put it in the table and come back after 1 week and I read the comments again. So I will have different perceptions. So here, you identify problem, right? 3 categories. And after several days, you will evaluate again. Is it necessary to do so? And after a short time, after a time of relaxing, if you also identify, okay, it's a problem, continue to do it. You know, sometimes we identify the problem, but it's not an important or serious problem. So at the time we identify the problem, we think, okay, it's a serious problem. But after this stage, okay, release your mind, don't think about this anymore. And after several days, you will evaluate again. And if the answer will be yes, it's a problem. You need to find solution. We call it incubation. The next step, recognize and experience the idea. So after this step, okay, you identify it's a important problem. So you start to find a solution. And the moment of insight when your mind find a potential solution and make you aware of it. So we have to close it. Of course, from the second stage to the third stage, it requires you to apply many techniques to do it. Okay. Recognize and experience the idea. You have the solution. And the next step, make the idea ready for others to experience. So you need to evaluate your idea. And you need to decide whether the idea is worth pursuing. Okay, you have the solution, you have the idea, and then you need to evaluate, is it worth for another people or for your company to pursue it, to follow it. And this way you will evaluate the pros and cons. Pros and cons. Evaluate between the cost and benefits. And after that, you feel it's okay, you develop and refine idea to something acceptable. So remember, again, it's different from innovation. Creativity is something new related to idea, not necessarily related to product or service improvement. And the modern process, it requires execution. This means turning the idea into reality. Create something new. So we discussed about the need for creativity during stage of business. And I shared before, in general business, the license have 4 stages, right? Beginning, we call it startup. And then it's growth. And actually the peak we call this maturity. It means it's a peak. It may develop slowly and then decline or rises. Four main stages of a business life cycle. So in the startup, it means you start your business. So why do we need creativity? And you ask, and you give me some reasons. Why we need creativity in the start? It's easy. Why do we need creativity? Yeah, it's good to identify why you want to start. Because if you start your business, but you do something old, you will fail. 100% fail. At least you have something new, right? So creativities help you to identify the opportunity, and this will be the basis for you to develop something new. So it's really important for any people, any businessmen who are in the startup stage. If you do business, you start your business, but you do at the same way that another competitor do. How can you survive? So at least when you start, you have to identify. Okay, I identified the market needs, and what's in market needs is something new that we can provide. Move to the second stage, growth. Growth means we are developing. So why do we need creativity?
Increase income. Increase income.
Create income? Increase income, yes. First one, increase income. Make profits as much as possible. Suppose you have a successful startup, and after 3 years, it's developing well, right? But in this case, in this stage, if you don't think about creative idea, don't provide innovative products or service or solution to the market, you cannot make the development stay longer, and you will quickly move to the next stage. So it helps you to extend the pro stage as long as possible. For example, you can see many big companies like you can see why Samsung, why Apple, they are developing well year by year, because they always create something new to the market. And imagine that, okay, for example, Apple, they stop at iPhone 17 and will not launch any new products to the market in the next 3 years. Fail, certainly fail. Or even you do a business, for example, 7-Eleven store. Okay, you can see a 7-Eleven store. They are always updated the new thing and provide a new function, new thing to the market. And most recently, I don't know if you know that some 7-Eleven store, they will apply the robot and AI in the good pickups. So we purchase something online, and normally you will go to the 7-Eleven store to pick it up, right? And you need to tell the service staff your phone number, the last 3 digits, right? You need to give them, okay, your phone number, the last 3 numbers, and they will go to the counter to check. But right now, in some 7-Eleven store, robots will do it, and they apply AI to do it. The first worker, they have reduced the workload for employee. Second, you can do it by yourself. So it's a new function and new value that 7-Eleven provide to the market. Yeah. This is one example. Maturities. Maturity is mean you may not develop anymore and you are stable in the market. So creativity help you to maintain the business and keep you out of the market and don't move to the next stage. And when you move to the prices, creativity helps you to think out of the box to keep your business developing. Okay. So here I provide example.